Most men over 60 make the same fatal mistake every morning, and it's quietly destroying their bedroom performance. They chug ice-cold water, gulp coffee, and think they're being healthy. But here's the shocking truth. How you drink water could be sabotaging your erections, energy, and masculine confidence. I'm Dr. Eva Hart, and for 14 years I've helped men reclaim their vitality naturally without pills or procedures. I've seen thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s transform their lives by changing something as simple as their hydration habits. Men who walked into my office defeated and convinced their best days were over, only to rediscover their strength through techniques no one else talks about. This isn't your fault. Nobody taught you that erections are hydraulic events, dependent on blood flow that's 90% water. Nobody explained that mild dehydration thickens your blood like syrup, suppresses testosterone production, and leaves you feeling like a shadow of your former self. We don't discuss these intimate struggles enough, and that silence costs you years of vitality. But what if I told you that the solution isn't found in prescription bottles or expensive treatments? What if it's sitting in your kitchen right now, waiting to be used correctly? In this video, I'll reveal 5 science-backed hydration secrets that can restore your bedroom confidence and reignite that spark you thought was gone forever. These are the same principles I use with my patients daily, men who've gone from feeling broken to feeling unstoppable. This is about more than performance. It's about reclaiming your identity as a man and proving that age doesn't mean surrender. Stay until the end for a 7-second morning technique that supercharges everything we'll discuss and takes less time than brushing your teeth. If this resonates with you, share in the comments what speaks to you most. If not, tell me what would be more valuable for your journey. Let me start with Robert, a 69-year-old who discovered something that changed his entire morning routine. Secret 1. Morning hydration is the foundation of male strength. Here's something that quietly destroys masculine vitality after 60, and most men do it every single morning without realizing the damage. Robert was a 69-year-old retired high school principal who came to see me last year. He sat in my office with his shoulders slumped, avoiding eye contact, and finally said, "Dr. Hart, I wake up every morning feeling like I'm running on empty." My wife is understanding, but I can see the disappointment in her eyes. "I just don't feel like a man anymore." When I asked about his morning routine, Robert described what I hear from most men his age. "I wake up, make a strong pot of coffee, drink 2 cups while reading the news, maybe have some orange juice with breakfast. If I remember, I'll drink some water later in the day." This is where the problem begins. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. Your blood has thickened overnight, your circulation has slowed, and your hormone production is struggling to wake up. But instead of addressing this foundation, most men immediately reach for caffeine, a diuretic that actually pulls more water from their system. What Robert didn't know is that your morning hydration sets the tone for everything: your energy, your focus, your hormone production, and yes, your ability to respond when intimacy calls. When you start the day dehydrated, you're essentially telling your body to operate in survival mode, conserving energy and shutting down non-essential functions like sexual response. I asked Robert to try something different for just 2 weeks. Before his coffee, before breakfast, before checking his phone, I wanted him to drink 1 full glass of room temperature water while sitting down, taking small, deliberate sips. No rushing, no chugging, just mindful hydration to signal his body that it was safe to come alive again. The science behind this is fascinating. That first glass of water doesn't just rehydrate you, it kickstarts your circulation, helps your kidneys flush out toxins that accumulated overnight, and begins the process of hormone regulation that affects everything from your mood to your libido. 2 weeks later, Robert returned with a completely different energy. "Dr. Hart," he said, "I don't know what happened, but I feel like I'm waking up instead of just getting up. My morning brain fog is gone. I have energy that lasts all day and—" He paused with a slight smile. "My wife has noticed the change too." That's the power of respecting your body's natural rhythm. Your circulation improves when it has the fluid it needs to work properly. Your testosterone production stabilizes when it's not competing with stress hormones triggered by dehydration. And your confidence returns when your body feels reliable again. Key is consistency and timing. Room temperature water allows for better absorption than ice-cold water, which can shock your system. Sitting while drinking activates your parasympathetic nervous system, helping your body actually process the hydration instead of just flushing it through. But here's what makes this even more critical, and it's something that could be undermining everything you're trying to do. Secret 2: the caffeine trap that steals your potency. I've noticed something troubling in my practice. Countless men tell me they're drinking more water but still feeling flat and disconnected from their bodies. When we dig deeper, we always find the same hidden saboteur lurking in their daily routine. Frank, a 72-year-old former contractor who prided himself on staying active, followed my hydration advice perfectly but returned 3 weeks later looking frustrated. "Doc, I'm doing everything you said religiously, but I feel like I'm treading water. Something's not clicking." That's when we discovered the culprit. Frank was drinking 4 large cups of coffee every morning, convinced that caffeine was giving him the energy he needed. What he didn't realize is that caffeine is a powerful diuretic, actively pulling water from your system faster than you can possibly replace it. Every single cup of coffee requires your body to use approximately 1.5 cups of water just to process it properly. Here's what most doctors won't tell you about this vicious cycle. When you're chronically dehydrated from excessive caffeine, your body doesn't just lose water, it depletes essential minerals like magnesium and potassium that are absolutely crucial for nerve function and muscle contraction. And here's the kicker. Your ability to achieve and maintain strong erections depends entirely on smooth muscle relaxation and proper nerve signaling. But the damage goes even deeper than that. Chronic caffeine consumption, especially in men over 60, creates a state of perpetual stress in your system. Your adrenal glands are constantly working overtime, producing cortisol to manage the inevitable caffeine crash. And elevated cortisol directly suppresses testosterone production. It's like trying to fill a bucket that has a massive hole in the bottom. No matter how much water you pour in, you'll never get ahead. The solution isn't to eliminate coffee completely. I'm not asking you to give up one of life's simple pleasures. But you need to respect the relationship between caffeine and hydration. For every cup of coffee you drink, your body desperately needs an additional full glass of water to maintain proper balance. And timing is everything. Drinking that extra water before your coffee, not after, helps your system handle the caffeine load more effectively. I explained this delicate balance to Frank and suggested a simple but powerful adjustment. Limit coffee to just 2 cups in the morning, drink a full glass of water before each cup, and switch to herbal tea or plain water for the rest of the day. Change was absolutely remarkable. Within 10 days, Frank called my office and I could hear the excitement in his voice. "Dr. Hart, it's like someone lifted a heavy fog that I didn't even know I was living in. I have steady, consistent energy all day long and my body feels responsive again." Truth is, many men think they need more caffeine as they age when what they really need is better, more strategic hydration. Your body's ability to handle stimulants naturally decreases over time, and what once energized you now quietly depletes you. Frank's transformation wasn't just physical. I realized I've been running on artificial energy for years. Now I feel like I'm running on my own natural power again. But even with perfect caffeine management, there's one evening mistake that could be sabotaging everything you've worked for. Secret 3: the evening mistake that destroys morning potency. Most men sabotage tomorrow's performance every night with a seemingly innocent habit that undermines everything they're building. David, a 68-year-old retired banker, followed my hydration advice perfectly during the day but came to me confused. "Dr. Hart, I feel great during the day, but mornings are rough. I wake up tired, cloudy, and physically unresponsive." When I asked about his evening routine, David revealed the problem. "I drink a big glass of water before bed, thinking it's healthy. More hydration is better, right? Wrong. When you drink large amounts within 2 hours of bedtime, you interrupt your sleep cycle multiple times for bathroom trips. Each interruption breaks your natural sleep phases where your body produces testosterone and growth hormone. Poor sleep quality thickens your blood and reduces circulation efficiency. You wake up not just tired but with sluggish blood flow that struggles to respond when you need it most. The solution is counterintuitive. Stop drinking fluids at least 90 minutes before bed. This gives your kidneys time to process what you've consumed and allows uninterrupted sleep. If you're hydrating properly during the day, your body has enough reserves to last through the night. David was skeptical. Won't I wake up dehydrated? I explained that protecting your sleep actually helps you wake up more refreshed because your rest hasn't been fragmented. Within a week, David noticed the difference. I'm sleeping through the night for the first time in years. I wake up alert, energized, and my body feels ready for the day. Quality sleep is when your body produces the majority of its testosterone, typically in early morning hours. When you protect that sleep by timing hydration correctly, you're giving your masculine vitality the best environment to thrive. Your evening strategy is just as important as your morning one. Respect your body's need for uninterrupted rest, and it rewards you with mornings that remind you what it feels like to be truly alive. But there's something hiding in what most men consider the healthiest part of their diet. Secret 4: the temperature shock that kills libido. The temperature of your water could be silently shutting down your libido and weakening your erections. Through years of observation, this simple detail makes a profound difference. Thomas, a 65-year-old former firefighter, was doing everything right but felt like he was only getting 70% of the results. When I asked how he drank water, he said, "I keep bottles in the fridge and drink them ice cold. Feels refreshing." That was our answer. When you shock your system with ice-cold water, your blood vessels immediately constrict to protect core temperature. Your digestive system slows, your nervous system shifts into mild stress response, and blood flow diverts away from extremities, including areas you need responsive for intimate moments. Cold water puts your body into survival mode, the opposite of the relaxed state needed for healthy sexual function. It's like stepping on the brakes while trying to accelerate. Cold shock also triggers cortisol release, your stress hormone that directly suppresses testosterone. Traditional medicine has understood this for centuries. Room temperature water allows your body to absorb hydration without triggering stress responses. Blood vessels stay relaxed, digestion remains efficient, and your nervous system focuses on restoration rather than protection. I asked Thomas to drink all water at room temperature. It felt strange at first, but within days something shifted. Transformation was remarkable. Thomas felt more relaxed overall. His digestion improved, and my body started responding like it did 10 years ago. Not just sexually, but everything felt more alive, more connected. Research shows cold beverages reduce gastric motility and affect nutrient absorption. When your digestive system struggles, it impacts your entire circulatory system. Room temperature water allows efficient hydration while maintaining the relaxed state necessary for optimal sexual function. Your body constantly communicates through subtle responses. Ice-cold water signals it to tighten up and protect itself. Room temperature water signals safety and openness, the state where passion can flourish. Thomas put it perfectly. I realized I'd been fighting my own body without knowing it. Now we work together. But there's one timing mistake that could be canceling out hours of careful hydration. Secret 5: a 7-second morning technique to boost blood circulation. Through 14 years of helping men reclaim vitality, I've discovered that your first few breaths each morning can determine how your body performs all day. This isn't meditation, this is pure physiology that works perfectly with proper hydration. George, a 76-year-old man, had perfected his hydration routine but felt like something was still missing. I'm stronger and more energetic, but I want to feel truly alive again. That's when I taught him the 7-second technique. Right after your first glass of morning water, while still sitting, take a slow, deep breath through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 3 seconds, then exhale gently. Repeat 3 times. This stimulates your body's natural nitric oxide production, a molecule that acts like a master switch for blood flow. Nitric oxide tells blood vessels to relax and open up, allowing oxygen-rich blood to reach everywhere, including areas most important for sexual function. Most men over 60 have declining nitric oxide levels, which is why circulation weakens with age. But this simple breathing technique, combined with proper hydration, can reawaken this system naturally. You're not adding anything artificial, you're reminding your body how to do what it was designed to do. George was skeptical but committed to trying it every morning. It felt silly at first, but after a week I started noticing something. My mornings felt different, not just mentally but physically. I felt more present in my own body. 3 weeks later, George called with excitement. "Dr. Hart, I feel switched on again. My wife has noticed too. It's like my body remembered how to respond." The science is fascinating. When you combine proper hydration with intentional breathing, you create optimal conditions for circulation. Water provides the medium for blood flow, while breathing activates the mechanisms controlling vessel dilation. Together, they create synergy that amplifies each benefit. This technique takes less than 30 seconds and costs nothing. When done consistently, it's the difference between surviving and truly living. George said it best. "I feel like I'm in partnership with my body again instead of fighting against it. No pills, no procedures, no complicated protocols. Just your breath, your intention, and commitment to give your body what it needs to thrive." Now you understand how simple changes in hydration can transform your vitality. You've now discovered 5 powerful truths about hydration that most men over 60 never learn. You've seen how something as simple as water can be the key to reclaiming your energy, confidence, and masculine vitality. We talked about how morning hydration sets the foundation for circulation, hormone production, and feeling alive in your body. You learned how caffeine can silently steal your vitality and why timing your evening hydration protects tomorrow's performance. You discovered this cold water works against your natural responses and how a simple 7-second breathing technique amplifies every benefit of proper hydration. But here's what I want you to remember: your body still wants to work. It may feel different than at 30, but deep within you is the same vital force you've always had. It's waiting for the right conditions to emerge again. Robert, Frank, David, Thomas, and George, every man whose story I shared discovered the same truth. Small, consistent changes in how you care for your body create profound transformations. Not overnight, but through respect for your body's natural wisdom. Your masculinity doesn't have to fade with age. Your confidence doesn't have to diminish. Your ability to feel strong, energetic, and responsive can be restored naturally and permanently. It starts with how you drink water and grows into complete renewal of how you experience life. Start today. Begin with 1 glass of room temperature water in the morning, sipped slowly while seated. Add the 7-second breathing technique. Pay attention to timing and temperature. These aren't just habits, they're investments in the man you're becoming. If you found value here, share in the comments which insight surprised you most or what change you're committing to tomorrow. Your feedback helps me create content that truly serves your journey. Remember, you have more strength than you know, more potential than you feel, and more time than you think. Stay hydrated, stay intentional, and most importantly, stay strong. Your best days aren't behind you. They're waiting for you to reclaim them, one mindful sip at a time.